If what I'm about to say resonates with anybody who's watching this, that would significantly make my day because this is very meaningful to me. So over the last couple of years, I did a lot of things that you would associate with self-improvement. So going to the gym, meditation, educating myself on as many topics as possible, getting structure into my life. In the last year, I managed to beat my social media addiction, went basically from multiple hours a day of pointlessly scrolling to basically no scrolling at all. Despite doing all these things, my life has maybe got a little bit better, right? I have managed to feel happiness on some days, but one thing that I know could significantly improve my life and probably the life of anybody who's watching this is missing, and that's community. And I think that this is so damn important and so underrated because we see so much self-improvement shit. It's so saturated nowadays. We see so much about get off social media. I mean, I even made some of those videos myself, and a lot of people also found them helpful, but I would not have to care about getting off social media and like optimizing my life as much as I can if I had the right people around me. Because why are we doing all these things? Why are we trying to cut off all the distractions from our life? Because we want to be more productive, because we want to get more out of ourselves. But that naturally happens when we are around the people who support us, around the people who are similar minded. And this makes so much more sense with an example. So from my past where I studied one subject, I don't study now anymore because I didn't really have the interest in it after a couple months. I noticed how, because I met friends and people who were studying the same subject, all of a sudden something that I really didn't care that much for became more meaningful. It was easier to go to lectures, to get myself out of bed and to actually somewhat enjoy what I was doing because I knew I had people around me who were able to support me in moments where things were not going well. I'm not saying that these were the deepest connections I ever had, though one of my friends that I met there is one of the best friends I have until now, and we still have deep connections. But I digress. You probably noticed this when you go to some kind of school or even at work. If you are in a workplace where people are like-minded, your motivation can change just like that. Your whole perception of what this thing does to you or how much it means to you can change with the right people, right? You can work a job that pays so much damn money, but if you don't have the right people around you, it's going to be meaningless to you. You're not going to care about it. Yeah, I'll maybe earn good money and that's maybe going to get you a good car, but why do you care about a good car if you hate yourself? Where's the point in having a good car, of having a big house if you hate yourself, right? You can work a job that pays less money, okay, not maybe getting the big car, not getting that big house, but you have good people around you. I would argue that having good people around you can be such a compounding factor. That job you work maybe won't earn as much money, but you will be rich in so many other ways. You have friends around you. You can go hiking together. You can go on trips together. You can potentially launch some kind of business idea together because all of you who are involved in the idea have similar minds and just are in sync with each other and know how to work together. That is so fucking underrated, and it just annoys me so much that we are not talking about it as much. It annoys me so much that we don't have apps that are designed to make communities more accessible to people, especially communities for people who are like-minded. So a little bit more of like niche kind of communities, either online or in person. And that leads me to my next goal. That's kind of like the whole idea of what I have with this channel. I basically want to post until I die to get a following of people who are interested in kind of like deeper introspection, talking about life, who maybe are struggling a little bit mentally, who need people to open up to, because that's, I think, a huge problem that a lot of us have, opening up to other people because we fear that we will be judged or seen as a burden, especially in today's day and age when so much is about performance. Having the courage to just put yourself out there and make yourself not look like you're some unimportant thing to others is really damn hard. So my goal is to make sure that everybody who's stuck in this situation, because I'm also stuck in this sometimes. I have good friends, but even then, I struggle with opening up because often I think, oh yeah, how come it's me who's after a couple months still the person who has mental problems, right? Why have you not figured your shit out yet? That's one of the biggest fears that I have. That I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do this, if it's gonna be an app or some kind of other platform. One thing is pretty sure though, I need help from others, from similar like-minded people. And I think There are a lot of people out there, but it's hard to find them because either YouTube just totally screws up and doesn't suggest your videos to other people, or a lot of these people just don't show themselves. I mean, I talked about that just a couple of seconds ago. A lot of people are scared to open up because they feel this fear of being a burden. But I can tell you right now, if you're watching this, that's not the case here. Fuck, man, like, talk about it. And I will repeat this again. People's lives can fucking change if they have the right people around them. This doesn't just go for friendships, by the way. It also goes for relationships and so on, with mentorship and so on. Being able to resonate on a similar experience is so fucking key. There's like some kind of connection that is happening there that you just cannot explain with science. Although maybe you can, it's the emotional resonance. I don't want to like say something wrong, but our bodies actually, I think heart rate and so on, sync when we're aligned with another person. I heard this in a Huberman Lab podcast a couple months ago. I mean, you can let me know if you know more about this, but this is what I kind of remember. So yeah, there is some scientific explanation there, but you get the point. It can be so damn life-changing. And you see, my goal on this planet, if anybody even fucking cares about what I'm about to say, is not to get rich and be another person who just is known for their achievements and for the money that they've managed to make. No, I want to fix a huge problem that we're currently having, that is the loneliness, the fear of opening up, the lack of community, the pain that a lot of, what should I say, creative, more introspective individuals face in this kind of system that really rewards you for nothing but your productivity and ability to be somebody who just makes money. Not of course for every kind of path, right? Else you wouldn't have so many influential figures out there who are able to help other people. But I think you get what I say. A lot of people are being forced to go down life paths that are absolutely meaningless to them, either because other people want them to, or because they else won't be able to survive and pay rent. Yeah. And that's killing a lot of people. It's killing a lot of creative individuals, because you have to remember, when you're stressed, your brain regions for expressing your creativity, so for thinking, reasoning, and so on, are inhibited in function. So for every single person who's a little bit more self-aware, deeper thinking, while at the same time being in a stressful state, right? You're going between this thought of, should I just, stay in the comfort zone, be safe, and go down a traditional path, and therefore sacrifice my creativity for just surviving? Or should I be lost, deal with the pain of ambivalence, and therefore move on with my thing? It's very hard to make right judgments when you're in this situation, because your brain is kind of not as active as it should be, or not as sharp as it should be. That's a better way to put it. And this all ties back into community, because what does community do? It lowers your stress levels. It allows you to get a little bit of your brain power back and to actually contemplate what you should be doing. And I think a lot of people are lost nowadays. I think a lot of people are scared of doing something that is meaningful to them, but meaningless to the system that they don't even like participating in the first place. And that mainly because of the fear of being replaced, right? By AI automation. A lot of it's moving, it's such a fast pace, we can't even follow. A lot of the things I would want to do, for example, filmmaking, getting into psychology, are becoming harder and harder, especially if you just want to work a normal job. Yeah, you're fucked. You definitely have to develop or start your own business. But again, that's all so much easier with community. In fact, it can become much easier than you expect. And I know that this is true because I've seen it from my past, where I do things with like-minded people. But right now I'm in a spot where a lot of the people around me are going down more conventional type of paths, and I'm always the outlier. Yeah, it definitely makes me feel weird. And if you're somebody who's in a similar position, well, feel free to let me know. But at the same time, while feeling weird, it also feels right. For the first time, I noticed that what I'm doing actually means something to me. Or at least for the first time since like 6 years. And this feeling of awkwardness, of not belonging somewhere, could totally just vanish if I was in a group of people who were in a similar state and who were eager to work hard to build something and to also make money to sustain themselves in the period where you're moving towards the bigger goal. Which is why I don't know if this video will even reach people, but if it does, You can let me know if you see it in a similar way, if you believe in the power of community, especially in today's day and age. Not just in the power of community itself, but in the accessibility of it. So reshaping this idea of how we connect with people, right? Social media has had its try. It's basically done the opposite. It's made people more miserable, lonely, comparison driven, and inauthentic. Why, you might ask? Well, because in the end, it's all just a business, right? It's used as a machine to make profit, not only Instagram and the other social media platforms themselves, but also the people who use them, right? They use social media not as a way to connect, at least not over the long term, but rather as a way how to funnel clients into their businesses. But yeah, I digress. I would really hope that this video reaches people, but if it doesn't, I guess I'll have to keep on going. I said I'm gonna post. Like I said, I'm gonna post until I fucking die. Like my mission is clear. I know what I want to do on this planet. I know what I'm gonna do before I have to die. So if this doesn't work, man, I'll just make another 100 or 200 or 300 or 400 videos. I don't fucking care. As long as I live, I'll do it, and I'll never fucking stop. So if you watch the video until here, man, thank you so much, and let me know of your thoughts on this. Feel free to open up. I'll see you in the next video. Stay healthy, keep chasing your dreams. Never compare yourself to other people. Never, ever. It's fucking useless, man. And we'll see each other soon. Peace.